You know what I hear when I hear Shedeur Sanders talking about trust? The image that I have in my mind, because I'm a movie guy, I'm all about like movie references that nobody else seems to get but me. I've got the scene from the 1989 Batman. Jack Nicholson's the Joker, and he's doing the hubba hubba hubba. Who do you trust?
Still the best Joker.
He's dancing on the floor. Hey, who do you trust? Who do you trust? Like that's what I have in my head is a visual every time I hear Shedeur Sanders talking about trust, which is important as a quarterback on a variety of levels. You gotta trust your coaches. You gotta trust your offensive system that you're being given with, right? You've got to trust your teammates. That they're going to be where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. You've got to trust your eyes that what you're seeing is what's actually happening. Like there's so many layers of the trust that you have to have, and that's just not something that is there from day one. And that's whether you're Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or, in this case, Shedeur Sanders. Like that stuff just, it takes time.
Well, and the big thing for him right now is being a game manager. And I'm here to tell you that being a game manager is a compliment, not a derogatory term. And what I mean by that is that when you for him to grow, when he says, I got to trust, when people say, I'm going to throw it to Fannin or I'm going to throw it to Judy, you better not be saying that. You better be saying, I'm throwing off this coverage. I'm throwing off this leverage. I'm throwing off what I see. So if everybody is mad because he's checking it down and that's where it takes you, then you check it down and you live to fight another day. He's got to, obviously he's got to block out all the noise and kind of stay in the path he's doing. And we're going to see this week because, again, I'm cheering hard for the Ravens because I want this game to mean something on Sunday, because if it means something, he's going to see coverage. He's going to see coverage that's going to make him check it down. And then eventually the Steelers are going to have to come up. Then there's going to be those shots downfield. When he says trust, what he's got to really, it almost becomes like a selfish kind of thought, right? I got to go where the open guy tells me to go, where the coverage tells me to go. That's what he's done very, very well. That's what he did last week. Everybody says they want to, if it becomes a check down Charlie game and then eventually he gets a couple stretches vertically, I'll be very happy watching it Sunday.
Well, I want lots of vertical stretches on Sunday. I miss watching fun football.
Well, what if they don't give it to him? What if they say, you know what, we're going to make you check it down. You want him to throw it up there and give him a chance? Or are you comfortable? Like for me, I'm not happy if he's throwing it up in the coverage. Even if they get it, I'm not happy.
Well, again, the object is not to win, right? We
I hope. I mean, it's got to be.
Not anymore.
For him, it's got to be.
Well, for him, yes. But I'm saying that ship has sailed for the Browns. Nothing changes. If they win these next two games, do you think it changes the organizational outlook at all, whether it's with Kevin Stefanski, whether it's Andrew Berry, whether it's like Shedeur Sanders? Like, does anything change if they win these next two games, which they're not going to do? But go ahead and answer the question.
Well, I think if he's not going to the right spot, I think it does. I think it depends. It has a lot to do with, do they trust him to be the quarterback of the future? If I'm throwing the ball up in the coverage because I want to make a play, and for some reason Judy makes a play, which he has not done, and he goes and makes a play, and they score a touchdown, everybody's like, oh, to me, that's a minus. I don't want him throwing into coverage. I want him to throw it where the coverage tells him to go. I want him to throw it to be a quarterback, to step up in the pocket and throw it where it's supposed to go, not to throw it up and not to be fun. The thing that's fun in football is winning, and winning football plays is what he's got to continue to make, not lucky throws down the field into coverage, even though that is what we want to see. I want to see him check it down. I want to see him, if the check down's not there, why? Because something vertically is open. That's what I want to see, and I think it does matter. Is he making the right decisions with the football in course of progressions and what he's seeing from the defensive secondary?
I'm going to disagree with you on the winning is always fun. I watched the Browns win a game in Buffalo like 6-0.
It's beautiful.
That was a painful game to watch.
There are no ugly losses ever.
Yes, there are.
You can adjust and say we got to do things better.
No ugly wins.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no ugly wins. There are no ugly wins ever. Now you can, if it's 2-0, great. You live to fight another day. That's the one thing I never did. If everybody says, what would you do if you went back coaching? I would enjoy the wins more. That I always expected to win, and I wouldn't enjoy them, and the losses beat me up. If I was coaching now and we won 2-0 3 weeks in a row, I'm good with that. No one remembers what the score was. It's a win or a loss. That's how you're judged. So that's for me. There are no ugly wins, Daryl. That's and for me. There is.
I'm going to remember the score just to spite you.
Okay, I got you.
Hey, Coach, how about that 2-0 banger you had against Parma?
I'll take it. I'll take it. You know why? Because we'll live to fight another day. We'll come in and everybody will say you stunk on offense, and I'll go, you're right. You were great on defense. You're right.
We still scored more points than they did.
We scored more points than we got the win. And you know what? 4 weeks from now, we beat Parma. No one's telling me the score. We got the win. That's all I care about.
All right. There is such a thing as winning ugly.
Nope.
And Exhibit A are your Cleveland Browns, because when they win, it's usually ugly. It's not pretty.
I think it's beautiful. I think all wins are beautiful.
They lose ugly and they win. It's just ugly football that they play most of the time. That we got the 5-week Joe Flacco reprieve, which was nice. We had the 2007 season with Derek Anderson, which was nice, although they didn't make the playoffs. We had the 2020 season with Baker Mayfield when he was allowed to play and didn't have COVID. That was nice. Like we've had a few spells, but like it's not been. It hasn't been consistent enough for me to really enjoy watching. Like one of these guys.
Would you be? What if they won every game 6-3? Would you say? And they're 11-4, but they haven't scored more than 13 points all year.
Then they're the Chicago Bears or Baltimore Ravens that won the Super Bowl. Right?
But you're good with that, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's good.
I'll take it.
Pretty football. It's good-looking football.
No, the trophy's pretty. I don't know that the football was pretty, but
wins are always pretty.
That sterling silver shiny Vince Lombardi trophy looks pretty nice.
Absolutely, and you take the wins as you get them. It doesn't matter how you get them. You live to fight another day.
What's the ugliest game you ever won as a coach?
Oh gosh, we had a couple when our defense was really good that we would win. We won a couple games 7-0, and I remember people saying how bad I called plays that day, and I was like, you're right, but we won. And it's funny because you get the next week, no one remembers. But I had a couple. I had a couple 7-6, 13-10. That's hard to do in high school. You can usually score some points in high school. So I had some really poorly called games. My favorite game was we won 51-50. Once again, that didn't matter either because it was the win. So it doesn't matter as long as you win.
Worst play you called. Since it's I'm see what I'm doing right now. I'm checking your accountability.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to build the trust with you that Shedeur Sanders is trying to build with there. So I'm doing a trust exercise with you.
Well, I'm gonna do the worst play I ever called because I went against my dad as head coach, and at the end of the half, my dad told me to sit on it because we were up 21-0, and I was always a believer until halftime the gas pedal stayed on.
Okay.
So he told me to sit on it. I decided to call a wheel. We scored on the wheel to go up 28-0. My wife came over to me and said, "That was an amazing call. Your dad is absolutely going to kill you." She gave me a kiss and ran away. So that was the worst call because my dad was usually not very he didn't influence me, but when he said something I usually listened and I went against it. And needless to say, that was the last time I did that.
Oh wow! Wow. But you scored a touchdown on it.
Yeah, but it was and
it still didn't help you.
It didn't help me because once again, my dad gave me free reign, and head coach is in charge. And once again, if that play is picked off, it's not me.
You broke the chain of command.
Yeah, it's not me. It's not me that's going to take the blame for that. It's going to be him. Why wouldn't you sit down at the end of the half? It would be him that had to take it. So when I got in the head coaching position, I understood why he did some of the things he did because it all rolls downhill on you as a head coach. We
would go through all the bad calls that the Browns coaches have had over the years, including Kevin Stefanski. But we're out of here at 10, right?
Yeah, not enough tape. I ran out of tape.
We don't have that kind of time this morning to go through all those. Plus, too, it's Christmas Eve. We want you to be in a holly jolly mood.
How many of those calls are bad execution, though? Everybody, the vanilla, some of those calls are lack of execution up front, too. I'm going to side on the coach side. When I'm going to do coach speak.
Are you accusing Andrew Berry of not stocking the cupboard correctly?
I'm just going to go with vanilla.
Let me hit this real quick, Lance, before the lawyers come in.
Yes.
Reckless speculation.
We're good. We're absolved. Go ahead.
All right. So, I just, sometimes it's just the idea of your vanilla offense and being predictable, that comes down to sometimes that comes down to you're just not doing it well up front, or you're not catching the ball or you're not throwing it right. It's not always vanilla, right? The same vanilla offense Kevin stunk with is the reason he got hired in Cleveland. That's not working right now.
Even vanilla offense, right? If you execute it correctly, should be successful,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Like,
yes.
But it takes all 11.
It takes all 11.
At least all 11, including the guys on the sidelines that maybe are influencing the plays as well, right?
Correct.
Coming up with it.
Correct. Yeah, it's once again that would go back to my overlying thing where everybody's involved. The goods, the bads, they're all involved in it. It ain't one person, but that vanilla predictability, that's a little bit overrated in my opinion.
Just follow the spreadsheets. That's what they do. They'll never steer you wrong.